Hello there, glad you dropped in. My name is Mark Olson, and I'm going to show you the 5 things you absolutely need to know before entering into a foreign language project. Here's what we're going to cover. The biggest myth in working with a foreign language project? If you don't speak the language, how will you know if your translation is accurate and timed correctly? What you should look for in a bilingual producer and voice talent to get the best results? How to get a feel for the entire process from start to finish, and how to choose the most qualified vendor for your particular needs. So let's begin with my personal favorite, the biggest myth in working with a foreign language project. You may be aware that some languages are more wordy than others, which basically means it can take longer to say the same thing in one language than another. The myth is that the video must be expanded to accommodate the new foreign language audio. This is simply not true. What we're talking about here is the difference between a literal translation, which can be longer, versus a colloquial word choice that can easily fit the timings of the English narration. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. We start out by having a bilingual formatted Word document. This simply means you can see the English on the left and the Spanish translation on the right. You can see that the original Spanish translation on the right is too long. Now here's what we can do to edit the translation to fit the timings. When we use what is called track changes in Microsoft Word, we can now see what text we took out and what text we replaced it with. Once that's done, I will accept the changes. This will get rid of the old text and leave us with just the new text. Now you can see how much better timed this script becomes. Just knowing this should take away a lot of the fear about translating your media into another language when it's done the right way. And there are many other tricks to the trade that both the audio engineer and the most experienced translators will know to make the timings come out right without adding more footage to your original videos. Number 2, if you don't speak the language, how will you know if your translation is accurate and timed correctly? You know, that's a really big fear a lot of people have when they think about translating their media into a language they're not familiar with. And to be honest, they should be concerned, because if it's not done right, quite frankly, you could be at risk of losing your client. So this could very well be the most important question you can ask. A well-planned translation process is critical to getting an accurate and correctly timed production script. The solution is to always have a checks and balance system in place. We call it the trust factor. Sounds good, but how do you build this trust? Well, for starters, make sure your project will be translated by an ATA certified, experienced translator. ATA simply means the American Translators Association. And these people are the professionals that have the training and experience to get your translation done correctly. Next, those translations should go through a third-party editing and verification step. As an extra precaution, we would always encourage that it be reviewed on your end as well. If the vendor involved follows this process, you're practically guaranteed excellent results. Number 3, what should you look for in a bilingual producer and voice talent to get the best results? As with any hire, of course, you should find out the translator's experience level and review the professionalism of their previous work. So let me let you in on a little secret. Here's an overlooked key to getting great results. Make sure the producer and voice talent on the project are natives of the target country. The reason I mention this is because there are quite a few people who are capable of speaking multiple languages. But when I speak to someone like that, I always ask this question. If I recorded your voice and played it back in, let's say, X country, would they know that you are not a native of that country? In almost every case, if they're honest, they would say, yeah, they'd know. The bottom line here is that the key to successfully working in foreign language audio is simply to choose an experienced native speaker. Number 4, how to get a feel for the entire process from start to finish. When you make a decision to move forward on any new project, to keep a sense of control of that project, you'll want to have an overview of the process from start to finish. That way, you'll never feel like you've made a bad decision. If you start out by having a general knowledge of the process, you'll know if your expectations will have been met or not. As an example, for the best quality control and successful results based on our 27 years of experience, I'm going to show you a condensed version of the steps we take. Number 1, the initial meeting. This is where all the important transfer of information happens. This is where the vendor should be explaining the entire process to you. Number 2, scripts are translated and edited. Number 3, scripts are reviewed by third party and/or the client. Number 4, the voice selection. This is where the vendor should be able to supply you voice samples of all the voice talent that would be a part of your project. The recording and mastering sessions are next, and finally the delivery and the most important follow-up. So this is a very basic explanation of what you should expect when you get your media translated into another language, when it's done right. 5. How to choose the most qualified vendor for your particular needs. This is important because not all vendors are equal. Basically, you'll need to ask some very good qualifying questions, such as, how long have you been in business? How many languages have you worked in? What industries do you have experience in? Can I see some examples of your work? Who are some of your clients? What percentage of your clients are repeat customers, and what kind of efficiencies have you employed to help keep costs down? The answers to these type of questions will really test the vendor's ability to show you they know what they're doing or not. If they can't answer or stumble around and say things like, I'll get back to you on that one, you should probably run, not walk away. So I'm going to assume that you're here listening to this because you either have a client that's asked you to provide a project in a foreign language, or you're looking to grow your company by being able to offer this service to your clients, or maybe you just want to get a little information on who the best vendor would be. In any case, you should know that this is a wonderful opportunity for you to do all the above. Companies are producing foreign language content more than ever. It's a $14 billion a year industry, and it can help you grow your business by adding a vertical market that will increase your value to your client base, increase your company's ability to offer more services without sacrificing internal resources, expand your bottom line without actually having to do the work, and most importantly, deepen your client relationships for long-term repeatable success. And I can help you get there. But more importantly, I can accelerate your results and position your company as a highly qualified vendor to your clients. So for a limited time, I'm offering a free 15-minute consultation with me to discuss in detail how I can help you understand the best practices for absolutely great results producing foreign language media. So type the link below into your browser or click on the live link at the bottom of this screen and it will take you to a page where you can schedule your free consultation, and there's absolutely no obligation. The live link will also be available at the end of this video. If you have a foreign language project that you feel you need to do right now and can't wait to schedule a consultation, please feel free to contact me directly at 312-294-0166 or email me at info@lrsrecording.com. I'll be happy to go through your project and help you understand what your options are. If you like, I can also give you an estimate at that time as well. And once again, there's absolutely no obligation. I truly want you to have all the information you need to make a smart choice. So whether you decide to schedule a consultation or not, I want to thank you for your time, and I really hope this has helped your understanding of the foreign language process and how these tips can make this process be as easy for you as it should be. Well, that's it for now. So contact me in the way that's easiest for you, and I'll see you on the other side.